A young man took it upon himself to murder 5 people just because I can't get no satisfaction.
You're crazy. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I?
On the 12th of August 2021, a young man by the name of Jake committed 5 murders.
Clearly, as I've said, multiple shots have been fired from a firearm during that 6-minute or so period.
In a space of about 10 minutes.
A large area at the corner of a housing estate was taped off, and the emergency services responded with a lot of resources. Police said there were a number of fatalities at the scene, and several other casualties are receiving treatment.
Now, this heinous event has left all those people in Plymouth, South Cornwall, has left the community shook.
An event like this touches all communities, all people, no matter where you are in the world, and the events that I will tell you are particularly traumatic.
And my condolences go out to all the families that have lost to this disturbing act committed by this young man.
Keam community are grieving, but there's a lot of love in this place, and the community spirit here has always been really, really strong.
Now the thing is, this event has got people asking.
There is no motive as we know at present. Again, that will be subject to inquiry.
And the narrative, as of today of me making this video, is based on Jake being an incel.
Davison has since been linked to a community known as incels. This is a group of men who identify as involuntary celibates.
And I do believe he was a virgin, even though being a virgin is not a criteria of celibacy. Which had me thinking about this whole incel thing for a minute. Yeah, as into, you know, what is it about, and the people that are claiming to be this or refer to themselves as incels.
These are men, particularly incels, who describe themselves as involuntary celibates. In other words, they're men who aren't having sex and would like to be. What
is it they're asking, or what is it they're looking for, or what are their expectations? You know what I mean?
What's incel? Who are these people? What is this organisation?
Is it a matter of them, let's say, feeling unattractive to the opposite sex? Yeah, in which has not their confidence somewhat, and they can't get a girlfriend, so to speak.
Do you know what your problem is, Kirk?
What?
You're a moodle.
A moodle?
A man poodle. Girls, they want to take you out on a walk, they want to feed you, they want to cuddle you, but no girl wants to do the moodle.
No one would ever do a moodle.
Or is it maybe that they've had a brief relationship, you know what I mean? One woman or one person, and they, let's say that, how can I put it? Let's say that their performance wasn't up to par, or their performance was a little bit too rapid, let's say. In which the person that they had performed with let it slip that, you know, they weren't up to par, or, you know what I'm saying.
My shift doesn't start for another half hour, but I was so excited, so I came early.
Yeah, and it was weird. He said he was really excited, and so he came early.
Yeah, does that ever happen to you? You're so excited about something that you come early, you know?
Jesus Christ, Devin, you're Fort Knox over here. Thank you very much.
And it became an embarrassing moment for them, you know what I mean? And within this embarrassing moment, within the village or with the surrounding area or the circle that they work with or happen to hang out with, you know what I mean? They couldn't take it, in which they then went on to start laying blame on the women, which has brought up that animosity.
No, you probably think that everybody gets free shit everywhere they go, and everybody's happy and nice to each other in shiny, happy, hot town with you and all your hot friends and ex-boyfriends, but I hate to break it to you, it's not the same for the rest of us.
Okay, Kirk. You clearly have some major self-esteem issues.
Because for me, when I hear the term itself, involuntary celibacy or whatever it is, incel, yeah, it suggests to me that the person can't get sex, right? But the truth is, sex is everywhere, and if it comes down to it, you can just buy it.
For 20, I'll show you personal. Even show you where the stars live.
Oh, that's all right. I've already been to Stallone's.
But then, if it's more the case of them looking for, let's say, a partnership or a relationship with a girl, yeah, then I think that sometimes it might be down to the person themselves and they have to look in the mirror, because some people, have to be real here. Some people are just awkward like that. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to someone that they like, and they get all tongue-tied and frustrated and sweaty under the armpits and all those kind of things there.
Oh, Leonard, Sheldon.
Hi.
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 Well, welcome to the building.
Oh, thank you. Maybe we can have coffee sometime.
Oh, great.
Great.
Great. Well, bye.
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 Because they're that way inclined, it kind of knocks the confidence and makes them feel, oh, well, I can't compete with other men and so forth and so on. And then that turns into anger, which turns into...
Why is that the fault of a woman and not their fault? Why can't they look in a mirror at themselves and see the way they physically look, maybe the way mentally they are?
But regardless of what incel means or what characterizes that person, it is by no means a way to justify the actions of what Jake did. And I think there was another story about another guy.
Elliot Roger.
You girls have never been attracted to me.
The California man who 4 years ago left a manifesto and chilling video before going on a killing rampage that ended in his suicide.
There's no way to justify that, you know what I mean, by saying that you're an incel or using the term incel to try and come up as some kind of cloak or excuse, you know what I'm saying? And what I was going to say is that even though the end result in which Jake terminated himself is the result that most people will have wanted for what he did, you know what I mean, in a way he still has cheated the families, the friends of those who are his victims. And you know what I mean, and for them now this is going to haunt them or be a forever lasting memory that will, you know what I mean, bother them and stuff like that. And the fact that they couldn't get justice or they weren't able to sort justice for themselves by seeing him have his day in court and whatever, you know what I mean. And that's just tragic, you know what I'm saying, because what that has done is left people asking lots of questions now, you know what I mean. So for example, one of the questions is how he managed to get a gun, and how is it that he's got a shotgun license or he's got arms license, you know what I mean.
So as part of an investigation in this or any shooting, we will look at where a licence holder was licensed by Devon and Cornwall Police. Of course we will. And well, for me, to be honest with you, the answer to that is quite simple, and that's because he asked for one. And you know what I mean, going down that road is basically, all I would say is that there is no reason why he couldn't have one, because he has
the complexion for the protection.
So him being able to have a gun in his possession and be licensed is simply because, well, you know, at the end of the day, there was no reason for him not to have one. And that's just the law, I suppose.
He was known to police because he was a licensed firearms holder. I know the question about criminal records being asked. I will come back on that on more detail.
Now, what this event has brought to light is that there are more than one or two what I could say incels that are, let's say, stereotypically, I'm just using some stereotypical imagery here, sitting in their bedrooms, playing computer games, reading comics, and fantasizing about girls boxing above their weight.
Molly is a hard 10. Meanwhile, the guy's a 5.
As it is now become deemed that incels could be classified, and some women are trying to classify them as terrorists now.
The reason for that is that when these massacres happen, we don't describe them as terrorism, and we don't talk about these individuals as having been radicalised, because the group they're attacking are women.
Which I'm kind of up in the air about, because when it comes to terminology and definitions of things, people tend to move the goalposts left to right, up and down, all over the place, depending on how severe the act was. So I'm kind of up in the air about if it was really, or as if his act was maybe a terrorist act, but are incels terrorists, you know what I mean, or possible terrorists? Again, from a woman's point of view, I suppose they could say yes.
They've created an entire worldview that sees women as utterly dehumanised sex objects, purely there for their pleasure, and so they blame women for the fact that they're not getting what they see as deserved.
So let me know in the comments below, are incels a threat, like a major threat, terrorist threat kind of thing to society? Know what I mean? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes.